Today, we are going to take a look at the top 10 quarterbacks ranked by ESPN, their fantasy football rankings, and their values specifically for their Donruss Optic rookie cards. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Saturday. And today I wanted to look at the top 10 quarterbacks ranked by ESPN. This is fantasy football rankings. I wanted to go over the rankings and their card values and see if there's any cards that we feel maybe are good buy opportunities right now, and maybe some cards that we might want to stay away from. Again, this is all dependent on your opinion of how these quarterbacks are going to do this season. So let's get into it. Number one on the list is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is ranked the number one fantasy football quarterback by ESPN. So they believe he's going to throw for the most yards and the most touchdowns and basically score the most points. His Donruss Optic rookie trades for $1,700 right now. That's in a PSA 10. The reason I chose Donruss Optic is because they're a little bit more affordable. A lot of YouTube content creators take a look at the Prism base, so I wanted to do something a little bit different. And they also have a lower pop count. So the Patrick Mahomes pop count actually is the highest of the 10 that we're looking at. And that there are 3,142 of these cards. And again, the value is $1,700. I feel that that's appropriately priced. The card has been a little bit flat since they lost the Super Bowl. And if you're really a believer that the Chiefs are going to get to the Super Bowl again, I would say it's a decent buy right now. For me personally, I feel like there's too much going on in the NFL in terms of teams that have reloaded, and I feel like everyone's gunning for the Chiefs. And there's just a lot that can go wrong. So I don't know, for those reasons, I don't know that I see the Chiefs getting back to the Super Bowl. I know it's very fashionable to say that, and it's very easy to say, well, look at the Chiefs offense. There's no way they're not getting back to the Super Bowl. But again, anything can happen in a season, and I think that anything outweighs this price point, which is very high. $1,700 is kind of baked into him getting back to the Super Bowl. And I believe if they get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, the card will go up in value. But I do also think that there is a chance for it to go down in value based on how the Chiefs perform as a team. So I would say I'm not a buy on that right now. But again, if you're all in on Patrick Mahomes, it's not a bad price point. Number two on the list is Josh Allen. His rookie card trades for $450 in an Optic PSA 10. Pop count 716. Very low pop count. I know that there's more cards coming back from PSA, but I don't know that I see this pop count going out of control. It might get as high as the Patrick Mahomes, maybe around 3,000. So you might want to factor that in. But I think $450 for a runner-up MVP quarterback is a very good price point. I would actually buy some Josh Allens. I have 3 out for grading right now at PSA. I might consider picking up another one. Lately, what I've been doing is picking up hollows and silvers. So his hollow price obviously is significantly more than the base Optic. So that's kind of what I'm toying with right now. But if you're getting into investing or collecting at football right now and you don't have a Josh Allen, I would highly consider picking up one of his Optic PSA 10s. Number 3 on the list is Kyler Murray. Dynamic quarterback, has a lot of weapons. Interesting thing about the Murray Optic PSA 10, it does not gem very well. If you send it in for grading, there's less than a 20% chance that it's going to come back a PSA 10. In my opinion, that makes the existing PSA 10s actually inherently more valuable than probably what they are. The price point right now is $275, so it's a very affordable card. Pop count only 178. And again, there probably, are thousands of his rookie cards at PSA for grading, but at that rate, less than 20%, there's not going to be a whole lot of PSA 10s coming back. So I like the price, and I like the low pop count on Kyler Murray. I'm actually thinking about buying his card after doing this kind of analysis. Number 4 on the list is Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's coming off a major injury, but he does have a good offense. He does put up big numbers, and I believe that's why ESPN ranked him as high as they did. He's ranked the 4th highest fantasy football quarterback. His rookie card's $255, pop count 703. If you believe that he's going to be fine, he's not going to have any ill effects from that injury. I like the Cowboys offense. I believe the Cowboys have underperformed for the last couple of years, so they might be due. And at $255, that's a very low price point for a starting quarterback with as many weapons as Dak Prescott has. I actually like that play. I have one Dak Prescott out for grading, so I might consider picking up more, but I do like that as a buy. Number 5 is Lamar Jackson. PSA 10, $275. Pop count 1,630. So a little bit higher than the other quarterbacks we just went over. Personally, I feel like Lamar Jackson is who he is. We've seen him get to the playoffs. We've seen him fall a little bit short of expectations. But I don't think that the Ravens have the weapons to get to that next level. And I don't think Lamar Jackson is the type of quarterback that's going to make the plays that he needs to get to that next level. I mean, we see that he's an incredible rushing quarterback. He makes some key plays, but I feel like he's put it all out there, and that's about as far as they're going to get what we've seen from the last 2 years. With that said, his PSA 10 is $275. So if you're a believer in Lamar Jackson, if you disagree with what I just said, that's a low price point as well. So I like that play, but personally, I'm not investing in Lamar Jackson. If you like him though, that's a decent price point. I would probably pick up a Lamar Jackson optic. Number 6 on the list is Aaron Rodgers, just coming off an MVP season. His rookie card was in 2005. There were no optics, so we had to go with Topps. His Topps was considered the more affordable rookie card, but it's currently at $910. That's actually a relatively reasonable price point. If you consider the career that Rodgers has had, he's a Super Bowl champ. He's a future Hall of Famer. There's no doubt about that. So those factors are baked into that price. That's why this price point is so high. It has a pop count of 2,039. I do know about the pop count on the Rodgers because I did buy one a year ago. About a year ago, maybe in September, I bought it. The pop count was 1,600. So currently today it's 2,039. It's about 400 more than it was a year ago. I don't see the pop count growing astronomically. I think that the card is old enough that they're people who wanted to get it graded already got it graded, and the cards that are out there for grading, there might not be a lot of PSA 10s left in the world, I guess is what I'm getting at. So I kind of like where the pop count is at, that you kind of know that's set. Price $910, just below 1,000. I think that's a good price point. If you don't have an Aaron Rodgers, if you believe that he is going to has something to prove this year, he has a chip on his shoulder, whatever might be going on with the issues with with the franchise itself, if you believe that that's going to translate into another big season, he definitely has the weapons. I actually like this. I like the price point. I like the $910. Number 7 on the list, Russell Wilson. I believe Russell Wilson is still one of the best quarterbacks in the game today. ESPN has him ranked 7. I haven't looked at fantasy football, read enough yet to see where I believe he should be ranked, but that does seem a little bit low. We had to look at his Topps rookie as well. PSA 10, $264. Pop count, 1,847. He's also a Super Bowl champion. If you think about Russell Wilson, he has the same number of Super Bowl titles as Aaron Rodgers. He has a lot left in the tank, and you can get his card right now for $264. I think long-term, that's a great play. I think short-term, that's a great play. I actually like this Russell Wilson. For some reason, his prices have gone down in the offseason. I think there were some issues with the team as well, similar to Aaron Rodgers. That could be why people were shying away from his card, but it doesn't have anything to do with his play on the field. So I think once we get back into the season and everyone sees how good Russell Wilson is, we're going to see the uptick in his price. Number 8 on the list, Justin Herbert. I actually believe this is probably the best play of the 10. His PSA 10 optic is $337. Pop count 392. Now again, that's going to go up because there's a whole bunch of cards out at PSA. But those cards are not coming back before the start of the season. So right now we're dealing with a pop count of 392. And I believe Justin Herbert is going to come out and have another really good year. That's kind of my bet. And for $337, that seems like a very reasonable price to place that bet. Just as a reminder, he threw for 4,336 yards, 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions in his rookie year. He didn't even start the season. Tyrod Taylor was the starter. So if people may have forgotten that. I believe it was the first 2 games of the year he missed. And he still threw for well over 4,000 yards. Compare that to Josh Allen, who threw for 4,544 yards in an entire season. I think that we're going to be even more surprised at just how good Justin Herbert is. PSA 10, Donruss Optic, $337. That's my play for this whole video. That's what I would go get. Number 9 is Tom Brady. Tom Brady his legacy is cemented. He's considered the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. We had to look at his Bowman rookie card. That I guess would be the most affordable one, at least that people would know about. It's $9,100 in a PSA 10. So that's in a league of its own. That's not really, if you're looking to invest in Tom Brady, you're probably looking more at long-term investments. And that's where he falls anyway. He has the most Super Bowl titles. Like, as I said, he's the greatest quarterback of all time. So you're going to have to pay greatest quarterback of all time money. And I just don't think that, his card value may go down because if he does not play well, there might be people who unload his card. And so that might cause a temporary reduction in his price. But again, long term, it's a very safe play. I think that if you're putting $9,000 into a card, you're probably putting it in long term, and you probably have nothing to worry about. So that's just kind of a separate topic. It doesn't really fall into what we're talking about here, except for that he is on this top 10 ESPN fantasy football ranking list. So I had to talk about him. Number 10 on the list is Jalen Hurts, starting quarterback for the Eagles. His PSA 10 is only $161. Very low for a starting quarterback in the NFL. And the pop count is 61. Again, back to that Justin Herbert argument where, yes, there are a lot of cards out there at PSA, but we don't have them now, and we're probably not going to have them before the start of the season. So this might be a sneaky play with a very low pop count at a very low price point. If Jalen Hurts starts out hot, it could see a temporary spike in price, which could create a good selling opportunity. So that's something to consider. Those are the top 10 quarterbacks. I want to get into other skill positions, top 10 wide receivers, top 10 running backs in future videos. But I wanted to go over the quarterbacks first because those are really where you want to invest your money. If you're looking to invest, if you're looking to collect and kind of hold, you want to collect your favorite team, your favorite players. In football, quarterbacks is where it's at. Those are the cards that hold their value long term. Those are the cards that you want to invest in for short-term plays. It's just where people tend to look and kind of play in that position, a quarterback. Wide receivers, running backs, not as much, partially because of the injury risk. And then historically, people haven't really put money into those positions like they have quarterbacks. So that's why I wanted to go over the quarterbacks first. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like if you liked it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. And please comment on any types of videos you want to see in the future. I'm focusing more on the NFL as we start to ramp up for the season. I think that the football cards in general are starting to see an uptick in value. And so I think this is the most relevant content to talk about when we're talking about sports cards right now. Again, hope you enjoyed it. Have a good weekend, and I will see you on the next one.